Okay, so now with law signs, we have what's called the ambiguous case, which means that there's potentially more than one possible solution. Okay, so we have to be careful. So we're going to use law signs. We're going to focus on this idea of the ambiguous case. So you can note here that depending on the information given, we can possibly have no triangles, one triangle, or two triangles. Okay, so here is a little bit of geometry review. We have our triangle congruence theorems. We have angle, side, angle, 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 side. But we also have this theorem, side, side, angle, sometimes referred to as the donkey theorem. Now, this one you can't use to prove triangles are congruent. So when we have law signs, this situation, when we're given a side, and an angle, this is what's going to generate our ambiguous case. And this is where we know we're going to have the potential of having one, two, or no triangles. Okay? So here's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to hop into a problem, and there's a few facts that we need to remember about a triangle. So this is a lot of information here, but you kind of just remember the information given with the ideas of triangle congruence, and we should all be pretty much pros that the SSA theorem does not work to prove triangle congruence. And this will tell you why numerically you can't show two triangles are congruent when the side, and angle are given. Okay? So things we need to remember about triangles. The sum of the interior angles are always 180 degrees. Okay, the sum of the interior angles are always 180 degrees. No triangles can have two obtuse angles. If they have two obtuse angles, boom, we're over 180. Now, what do we need to remember about trig? When sine is positive, our angle is in the first or second quadrant. So we have two options for angles. This right here, boom, 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 is what we're going to talk about with that ambiguous case. And sine has to fall between -1 and 1. Remember, the radius of the unit circle is equal to 1, so our trig values are not going to be larger than that. The negative just tells us direction, so we just look at the absolute value. Okay, so those are little pieces that we need to remember when we're dealing with this ambiguous case. Okay? Okay, so you actually have three problems here. So what I'm going to do is, if you go ahead and click on any one of these guys, it's going to create or link you to a separate video so you can check out your work. So you need to determine whether the given information defines 0, 1, or 2 triangles. Okay? So you're going to do 3 separate law signs problems, and what you want to look for is those other pieces. So you might need to watch the whole video for each one of these to see what happens. Possibly maybe after watching the first video, you are going to be able to finish the last 2 and know what you need to do without having to actually watch those. That's up to you. But while you're watching this video, it's going to be set up to click on. So if you click on here, it'll show you the work for this video. If you click on here, you're going to show this video. And if you click on here, it's going to show that video. So you get to choose your own adventure. Doesn't that sound like fun? I'm super excited.